Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit JaretGoesToTheMovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick. And this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
In Indiana, Clark Hodd, 13, the best point guard in the country. Last week, he scored 100 points in a single game. Erica Sorgi, you'll see her in the next Olympics. In Seattle, Dallas Malloy, 16. Her lawsuit helped pave the way for women boxers everywhere. She's picturing her ex-boyfriend right now. In Indio, California, Art Stallings. Check out what pure joy looks like. In Odessa, Texas, the great Frank Cushman. This April, 26 teams will be falling all over themselves to sign him in the next NFL draft. He's my client, my most important client.
When are you gonna try? When are you gonna concentrate? You wanna be a champion?
Believe me, there's genius everywhere, but until they turn pro, it's like popcorn in the pan. Some pop.
Darn it! What the heck, Coach? You don't know daily squat about.
Some don't. I'm the guy you don't usually see. I'm the one behind the scenes. I'm the sports agent.
I'm gonna start, I need somebody to find me a clip of some fucking good old blues to start talking over for my intro. But
you gotta like blues better than jazz, though, right? I know you hate blues.
Here's the thing. I'll talk about. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're equally as at least. No, I don't know. Hi, everybody. My name is Jaret.
You like Miller Lite in all aspects of your life.
I'm drinking water tonight, by the way, and as you guys might remember from a few episodes back, or last episode, I got a new water cooler from my neighbor, and I decided I would do the smart thing, of course, and rinse it out with soapy water. And I knew I shouldn't have done that. I knew I should have just gotten the fucking jug of water, turned it over on the damn thing, and then ran it for, a couple of glasses.
Yeah, right.
And then
like
just
normal people
moved
do.
on with my life, right? But no, I decided, you know what?
You were worried that too much water was going through the pipes, so you wanted to clean it out.
What?
You were worried there was too much water running through it,
right.
So you wanted to clean out the water.
It had been, in my defense, it's been sitting in a garage for about a year and a half, and you don't know what's in there. Like it could be
rat poop,
a spider, mouse poop. Anyway, so I thought I rinsed it out fine, and then I had Ryan, the intern, pick me up one of them big jugs of water from the Walmart, and then stuck it on top of it.
You made her carry a giant jug of water?
No, she said it on the porch.
Walmart?
I didn't make her do it up the stairs, but...
This is probably a stupid question since I live here. Where is the water jug?
It's right behind the door. Yeah.
Oh.
But what I'm getting at, Casey, is you don't want any of that water.
Yeah.
It tastes like soap. Anyway, I thought I could do it. In fact, the last podcast we did, I just drank the soapy water, right?
Yeah. Does that cause cancer?
I don't know. This is like some super organic shit that our maid got us.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know.
Lavender.
I don't even think it's, so it's like my
Do
insides.
things in nature cause cancer?
My insides are pastel now.
Maybe you just have that thing like people that have that special genetic thing that makes like cilantro taste like soap. Maybe you have that, and everybody else thinks
weird.
the water tastes fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
Could be.
You know what? When I drink soapy water, I don't think it tastes like cilantro.
Huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies, and it's me and three of my closest peeps, so to speak, and we sit around and we talk about some movies. And we haven't all been together in a while. We had a week off, and then Will missed an episode, and then Casey missed an episode. But with me, as always, never lets me down, Richard the Element Coleman.
Hello.
How are you, buddy? My lovely
good.
wife, Casey, is here. She feels fan-fucking-tastic tonight.
Hello.
The Honorable Golden Boy, Will Vark, is here this evening.
Thank you. Hello.
His wife was here for the pre-show, but she didn't want to be mic'd up because she's funnier than all of us.
Yeah.
Right.
And she didn't
Want to show us up.
doesn't want to show us up. But guys,
She's a classy
She's so
lady.
nice.
She's a classy lady.
I've missed you guys, and I those of you who missed the fact that we didn't release an episode last week, I'll reinform you that from now on, when I'm gone for like a week or so, it's we won't do an episode every single one of those times, just because it is really tough, especially for Rich, to do 2 of these in a week. And that's kind of what it boils down to. But we've got some really good ideas on how to fill in the blanks for those sometimes. So what I'm trying to say is we're fucking here most Fridays, okay? You know, like we're as regular as like a healthy 36-year-old dude. You know what I mean? Like that healthy, like eats roughage, doesn't drink too much, no colitis, you know, is like fucking treats himself pretty good, drinks enough water, you know, not a lot of seeds, because seeds can fuck you up, Rich.
Is that true?
Well, if you have Crohn's disease, apparently they just settle into the little
phalanges.
little Crohn's pockets.
Yeah.
And they can just irritate the shit out of you, literally.
Well, you guys have been going almost for 2 years. You only missed 2 fucking Fridays.
Yeah, you know, I think this is the thing. Like, that's just me and Rich being honest. Like, I used to tell him all the time, like, we can be off, like, you know, whatever. And Rich would be like, no, man, we got to do it every week. Momentum. And now Rich is like, let's just fucking take this week off every week.
I wonder what the difference is.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, we still have a show to do. Like, there's people that are, you know, there's people that support us
Exciting
on Patreon. There's a plug. By the way, we're going to be redoing some of our Patreon rewards soon, and this is the time to get in now, because we're gonna do some really cool stuff. I will remind you that even our dollar Patreon supporters get 20% off in our store, meaning that if you just support us for a month, go buy a shirt, you just made a fucking $1. That's right. So everybody's just like, can't make $1 around here anymore.
Like
well, I just fucking,
money.
can't make $1. I just fucking gave you that. I should do one of them videos where it's just like, you want to learn to make money? I could tell you how to make money. Make you $1 right now. Right now. Just order a shirt, support us, order a shirt, unsupport us, you made $1.
That's right.
I love it. Plus, you get to hear like all the outtakes and stuff like that, and you know that's fun. It's the outtakes are. I've never listened to them once, but I understand they're great. You know, they
clarify, that's all the stuff whenever we say like cut that out. People can't hear me say that.
Right? Yeah,
so
exactly.
We reran the beach last week, and I put it up there because the numbers were really low on it. And I was listening to it. Oh my god, that episode is hysterical. If you haven't,
that's where your cousin's on, right?
If you haven't listened to that episode, yeah, with my cousin on. If you haven't listened to that episode because you've never seen the movie, don't worry about it. It's hysterical without knowing what the movie's about.
Yeah, it's. I actually liked what you said about it because that one was. It's
an obscure movie, so
we were reaching a little bit because
right.
we had your cousin in town who travels a lot.
Traveler, yeah.
And we wanted something that he might be able to enlighten us in
exactly.
or associate with or whatever. But turns out that was a really cool movie and one that I would have never seen had it not been for that whole thing. But, you know, I thought that was a really good idea. And then
there was an hour and a half of outtakes, so I put them all together like we do now into one big long thing and stuck it up there. So for the Patreon $1 or more supporters, got an hour and a half of that.
Nice
to listen to as well.
Very cool. Lots of good interactions on the Books of Face.
We also got a lot of good feedback on the Sleepers episode. I was getting a bunch of instant messages from people just saying, wow, that was amazing. It was a tough movie, but you guys handled it really well, and it was hilarious. And
tough one to do. I mean, you know, to be fair, Casey pretty much just
Yeah,
set
I
that one out.
bailed.
'Cause it was,
So my trainers listened to one or two podcasts, and he just for some reason just popped on and listened to the sleeper.
oh Jesus Christ!
Oh no!
He came in
Start
on
with
Tuesday.
vacation or something.
I know,
Right.
right? He came in and just immediately started telling me that he just started listening to that episode and how funny it was. But he couldn't even get it out because he was laughing thinking about
Right.
it. So
Yeah, I mean,
apparently it was a good episode.
It is pretty much like the one episode where we've talked about the movie for an hour and a half without being able to talk about the movie for an hour and a half.
Right. That's how we should have done Fight Club.
Wait, what?
We don't talk about Fight Club
Oh, I couldn't talk about Fight Club if I fucking tried.
because you were hammered.
Yeah, Rodon shared that today. He was like, I think somebody had too much to drink on this one. Who knows?
It's if we were talking about me, that wouldn't be the only one.
Right.
Later on, we'll play a game of 5 questions with our friends Nigel Watson and Wayne Bullard, who are also executive producers of the show. Our other executive producers of the show are, of course, Patreon supporters. They include David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, David Dooley, Diane freaking Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, Rodon James, who gets more mentions on this show than I do, Eddie Weiss, colonblowband.com, Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joel Robinson, Nigel Watson, Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, Tyler McCullough, Mark Ryan, Sue Hurst, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, Braden Hazel, and finally, Wayne Bullard. Thank you guys so much for your support. Everybody who is supporting the Patreon, you guys are the reason God made Oklahoma. I'm super excited about this one.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but I have admitted that I don't really hate any. I can't think of any of his movies that I don't really like if I've
Right.
watched them and not gone in with a bad attitude.
I didn't like the Mummy that much.
I
I was
haven't seen
very
it.
surprised.
Now that's the new one, right?
That's the new Mummy, yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut sucked.
Oh, yeah. But
Eyes
man,
Wide Shut was just because of the fact that his Australian wife was naked a bunch. It was fine, right?
That's true.
I feel like I didn't even have the sound on when I watched that one.
I don't think I saw that.
But
It was just weird.
Mrs. Keith Urban is very naked.
But
in that
2
one.
movies out of how many movies has he done? That's a pretty good streak.
107.
Speaking of streaks.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to do a sequel to Top Gun.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I
he
never
going to play
saw
Tom
Top Gun.
Skerritt?
He's going to play Tom Skerritt. And
He'll be the crotchety guy running the school.
Tom Skerritt's going to play Kelly McGillis because apparently they look alike now.
No!
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're talking about Jerry Maguire, 1996 film, when a sports agent has a moral epiphany and is fired for expressing it. He decides to put his new philosophy to the test as an independent agent with the only athlete who stays with him and his former secretary. We call bullshit on this one. It wasn't his former secretary. His former secretary actually
Right.
stayed with the company. Secondly, it wasn't his choice to bank everything on the one person. This is
Right.
just the only person that fucking stays with him.
That's right.
Right? So I'm thinking we probably have an alternate synopsis. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
He's the best.
I want to thank James Stant, as always.
Oh, that's amazing.
Our main musical contributor for that one. That one's been stuck in my email for a while, and I don't know why.
What?
So, yeah.
Oh,
it's
man.
just been
In your
chilling.
Gmail.
That's genius.
Gmail.com.
All right, Jerry Maguire, an orthodontically challenged sports agent, trades down his job because he ate some bad sushi, and he trades down his woman because he falls for Benjamin Button Jr., who has a head that weighs exactly 8 pounds, but 3 of those pounds are definitely hair gel.
Oh my God.
What is the deal with this
I thought you
hair
were
gel?
calling Renee Zellweger Benjamin Button Jr. That took me a second. I'm like, man, maybe I missed that point of that movie.
What's Rich's deal?
I kept
Oh
looking
my
at
God.
that kid. I'm like, he always has hair gel in his hair, even when he's in bed.
Right.
Oh, you were talking about the kid. Okay, so that now it makes sense.
Well, that's why he doesn't really like her that
No,
much. He likes the
he
kid.
falls in love with the
Yeah,
kid.
he falls in love
And
because
well,
every time he's looking at her to do some sort of thing, he looks over at the kid and goes, Man, I really love that kid. All right, I'll keep fucking you.
Well, and to be fair, she looks at him like he's a really good dad to my kid.
It's they make that point obvious that they were mostly together because they both loved this kid.
Yeah, I mean, I think she definitely. Should we get into this now?
No,
I mean, why not? It's a fucking movie.
Whatever.
I think she obviously has a somewhat an infatuation with him already. Anyway, obviously she finds him attractive. He rides up in first class. You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, you know, he wrote the memo.
Her type is when like there's a big front tooth in the middle.
He wrote the memo, but she's still falling for a guy that's not really him. He wrote a memo because he had a bad sushi, and then she's falling for the ideal, not for the man.
But I don't know. She like listens to the proposal from the airplane seat, and she's like just so interested in like how he works. You can tell.
He did change,
and he's nice to her kid at the airport too.
I mean, the memo was it wasn't a mission statement. A mission statement is a very short, brief, fucking statement.
Yeah, it's a paragraph,
or at the most.
Yeah.
Basically, a mission statement is basically a synopsis. It's basically like what we read on the synopsis.
He wrote a manifesto.
He wrote some shit. I don't know what it was, but he did sort of become what he was trying to get, though it occurred over time.
Right. That's all I'm saying.
There were things that were different about him, which is why he found
I'm not saying it was bad or not realistic. This is very realistic for her to sort of fall for what she thought he was.
Right.
And then he wasn't that, but later on he became that because he liked how she saw him.
Oh.
I think all that worked for me. All that was great.
Yeah.
But
that's
she
a fantastic
definitely
point.
fell for him superficially initially.
Right. I know you don't like it when I do it, but and I'm going to think about this for a few minutes. But you may have just solved Jerry Maguire. And if you did, I'm gonna come back to this. Okay. This movie stars, of course, Tom Cruise as Jerry Maguire. Again, he's a good actor. I mean, it doesn't really matter like what you think about his religious shit or jumping on Oprah's couch or whatever. I mean, that guy's he's a fucking star.
We talked about this in Top Gun, but I think he's himself in all of his movies.
I can't wait for you guys to see Magnolia.
Okay.
Cannot wait.
And then he doesn't, I don't think he knows how to be a real person. Like he's an actor and he's always playing himself. And then he doesn't know how to be a real person. That's his problem. It's not I need to learn how to act so I can be a great actor. He's just being himself. And then he's like constantly trying to be a real person. I hear stories about this. I just listened to Joe Rogan podcast just the other day, and they were talking about Tom Cruise and someone had met him and like he doesn't understand how real people think and act and behave in a social situation.
I think that comes though a lot from becoming
a Scientologist.
Well, they treat him like Scientologist Jesus, right?
Right. That's absolutely
that big of a movie star, Hollywood fucking star at that age, like just to be literally the biggest movie star. He's arguably the biggest movie star, one of the biggest movie stars in the world, and still is. I mean, like how could you just you're not going to be a normal person, you know? I mean, I get what you're saying that like But and obviously the Scientology thing is fucking crazy too. But I mean, I don't know. Are we allowed to talk about that on here? Like, do we get what happens? They cut off our toenails.
Fucking bring it.
Yeah.
They either don't listen anymore, or if they keep listening,
they flagged us as SPs just now. So.
What does that mean?
Suppressive person. That's a thing in there.
I didn't say anything negative.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, just because I talked about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't say I like that. I mean, I think the King of Queens is a fine show. You know?
Rich, edit this part out.
Yeah, no, she's the one that made the show.
I know.
She's the number one SP.
I know. I say the show. I was trying to be hilarious.
You were. I was laughing. Ha ha.
Tom Cruise plays Jerry Maguire. Cuba Gooding Jr., who I remember... What was the first movie that he did was the gangster movie
Poison the Hood.
Poison the Hood, and he was a young actor. And man, he's great. He's a really good actor, and he is awesome in this movie. He plays this character so well. There's like a foreshadowing effect, and I know you guys aren't like huge sports guys, but this character, this really didn't quite exist in 1996, but now this is every single NFL wide receiver. They all act exactly like that. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen.
He was superb in this movie. I don't know if anyone could have played that part as well as he did. I don't consider him a good actor. I've seen a bunch of other stuff that he's done, and it's usually terrible, with the exception of the O.J. Simpson story,
which is his most recent thing,
which was outstanding.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I haven't seen a lot of stuff that he's been in, but I enjoyed him, and I thought he was amazing in Boys in the Hood.
What about Snow Dogs?
Haven't seen that. Okay, so maybe now we're getting into why he's not a great actor.
Yeah. I mean, this movie, he peaked at this movie, and he literally just had gone downhill from here. Like, worse and worse and worse and worse.
Why do we pronounce it Cuba and not Cuba?
I don't know. I don't know if it's what's
spelled
right.
the same, right?
Yeah.
The same reason why that reason that motherfucker from 90210 is Ian and not Ian. The same reason. Like, basically your parents can spell it and say it however they want.
That's
So we
right,
gotta.
right.
But you say Cuba Libre, right? You don't say Cuba Libre.
I don't even know what you're saying.
I
don't
think
either.
Cubans say Cuba, right?
I've always heard Cuba Gooding Jr. I don't know.
Yeah, Cuba is like.
Oh, do Cubans say Cuba?
I think
Yeah.
they say Cuba.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm a fucking
American.
Yeah, Cuba.
gringo asshole.
Ignorant.
What was that movie he was in?
It's like, remember that video game Cubert? They actually call it Kubert.
Radio. Remember that movie Radio?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but he only went half retard, though.
Oh, no.
Is that no?
He was amazing in this. I mean, we'll get into.
For the record, Casey's losing her shit at a joke that I made.
We'll get into one-liners as we go, but he has some amazingly historic one-liners in this movie. I mean, just that will go down in history as being some of the greatest movie lines of all time. Renee Zellweger plays Dorothy Boyd.
Remember when Renee Zellweger was super cute and unaltered by bad plastic surgery? Remember
I do.
She's back to normal, though, which is weird.
What?
Yeah.
So she reversed plastic surgery herself?
Is that a thing? I didn't.
No, but I think there's like, I don't know. I saw a thing.
Well, I have a post that's scheduled to go up with her plastic surgery before and after, and she's unrecognizable.
I know,
Yeah,
and
you
I've
can't
seen
tell-
it.
you
I
can't
didn't
see
realize
the
it was
same.
her either.
Yeah.
But whenever she came out with that new Bridget Jones movie, the
Yeah.
newest one,
Yeah.
she looks just like she used to.
Oh, yeah, but that's like when Robert Downey Jr. played like his 20-year-old self in his movie
Computer graphics.
last year. Computer graphics.
No,
they just
she
superimpose her old
I think
face
she
on
like all
there.
the swelling and stuff
On
went
Bridget
down from all her.
Jones's Diary, you're claiming CGI on Bridget Jones.
They had a 50 million CGI
There is no
budget on
CGI
that.
on anything with Colin Firth.
Yeah.
Okay, nothing.
Yeah, I don't. I agree with Casey. Actually, I remember seeing her. I actually really always thought that she was quite nice looking. I mean, you know, she's one of those like every woman kind of like good.
Will I agree? Stay tuned later in this podcast.
But then the plastic surgery, you're right. Like that first award show she went to, like you could not. I mean, it was crazy. It was like it was somebody else. But
Yeah, you're like, who's that? Is that Jennifer Grey?
yeah, right. And then Casey showed me the picture of her from more recently, and she looks the same.
Weird.
I know she did it. Speaking of John Travolta, Kelly Preston plays Avery Bishop. Kelly Preston is also a Scientologist married to John Travolta.
So Scientologists, they don't have a problem with tits, I guess.
No. You do realize that breasts are what keep us alive.
Oh, I'm sorry, breasts, not tits.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, tits, breasts, hooters, knockers,
Is she still...
gazoons.
I know John Travolta is, but is Kelly Preston still super involved?
They wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, I thought that I had heard that she was kind of...
No, they wouldn't allow it.
Okay.
They wouldn't allow what?
They wouldn't allow a non-Scientologist to be married to their second coming Messiah.
Right. Yeah, who knows? I know after their... that's probably too heavy to talk about. We'll move on to something else.
I'm pretty sure that's how she got this part. She had, because this was deep in the beginnings of Scientology for both of them, I think.
Speaking of knockers, did you hear about my completely awkward hug with your wife?
Yes, I did, but why don't you inform our audience about that, Will?
can't
It's
wait to
only
hear
funny
this.
because he acknowledged it.
Oh my God, I acknowledged it. It was a big mistake. So
You always feel him when you hug her.
So she's sitting
for the record.
down.
Never wear a bra.
She's sitting down in a chair, facing away from me, and I'm saying goodbye. We're at an event.
He walks up behind me.
And she reaches back with her hand like she's gonna give me a hug. So I'm like, okay, I'll come in for the hug.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I give her what I thought was a pat on the shoulder
Or the side. Or the
or
back.
the side was complete breast.
Full side boob.
Just like
full
pat,
hand.
pat,
full
pat,
of boob.
pat.
Right.
And they're
And
like,
then he
I
just,
stood up and I looked at her. I'm like, did I just pat your tits?
and I just said, yep. It wouldn't be weird if you hadn't brought it up. We both could have moved on from this if you hadn't said anything. And yet, here
I
we
was
are.
like, holy shit. And then I immediately turned to my wife and said, I can't believe that just happened.
Because she was like,
I'm
what?
I'm the only person in this room who hasn't felt up Casey.
Come on. Get over here.
I have to say, it was nice.
Thanks.
And I'm sorry, Jared.
No, you don't have to apologize to me. She's her own woman. She kept her last name. Jerry O'Connell is in this movie.
It's not funny. What am I supposed to eat?
Why'd you cook your dick? Be a small meal.
That's right. We know him from the movie Stand By Me. He played everybody's favorite little chubby kid. Would he be everybody's favorite chubby kid, or would Chunk from Goonies be everybody's favorite? That he would definitely not be yours because you hated that movie, right? And you still are pissed off because you don't know what
I like the
Goonie is.
character a lot.
Chunk?
I just didn't think the movie was as good as I thought it was going to be.
Right. But anyway, he certainly grew up to be.
A fit gentleman.
He grew into his own, didn't he?
Yeah.
And married. I mean, he stole freaking John Stamos' wife. John
Yeah, he
Stamos
did.
is like the best looking guy in the world.
Right.
Unbelievable. Jay Moore, quite possibly the worst character ever on Saturday Night Live, is in this movie. He plays Bob Sugar. I like Jay Moore though.
He blew up after this movie.
Yeah.
I thought Jay Moore's performance in this movie was excellent.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he was great. Bonnie Hunt plays, she's a historical actress. She plays the unapproving sister Laurel Boyd. Regina King is great in this as Mrs. Marcy Tidwell. Jonathan Lipnicki is Ray Boyd.
That's the kid.
Who's Ray Boyd?
That's the kid.
Which kid?
The little kid.
The little kid.
The little kid. Oh, do you know the human head weighs 10 pounds?
I thought it was 8 pounds.
Yeah, 8. I don't know, more than 8 pounds. Do you know bees and dogs can smell fear? So I used to have that haircut. So if I had a friend with glasses, I'd put them on. And be
Used to.
you know, bees and dogs can smell fear? And it would get quite a laugh. Glenn Fry, the late, great singer for the band The Eagles, plays the coach of the Arizona Cardinals.
Very good actor.
He did a
He used
really
to be
good
on
job.
Miami Vice all the time, right?
Yeah, he did. He did a really good job. And this one caught me off guard, actually. I'm actually glad you put this in. Normally, I wouldn't go this deep into the cast, but from Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell plays Jesus of the Copy.
I saw him. I didn't notice him any other time I've seen this movie, but anyway, I saw him and I was like, was that fucking Jerry Cantrell?
What did he play?
He played like the guy at the copy mat that goes, sometimes you just got to put your balls on the line or whatever.
I don't remember that at all.
In the very beginning.
He has really long hair. I forgot to put this on there, but so the director of this movie is Cameron Crowe.
Right. Yes.
I didn't ever know that before until this watch, and I was like, oh, it's Cameron Crowe. And so I'm watching the first 15, 20 minutes, and I'm like, after watching Almost Famous, this totally feels like a Cameron Crowe movie.
Yeah.
Like 100%. I was like, oh, God, has the same exact vibe that I felt during the beginning of Almost Famous as well.
That makes a lot of sense. Definitely does. He's got a certain feel about him, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Took me $10,000 a week in therapy to learn how to say that. He's got a certain feel about him.
That's what Nancy Wilson says anyway.
Right? Hi-yo, ding, ding, ding. Is that who he's married to?
Yeah.
Is she which one is she?
She's the hot one.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right.
So she's the brunette or the blonde?
The hot one.
He's basically saying she's the non-fat one.
Right.
Aw.
Okay, Jesse. You take care, little guy.
Mr. Maguire,
Yeah.
this is his 4th concussion. Shouldn't somebody get him to stop?
Hey. It would take a tank to stop your dad. It would take all 5 Super Trooper VR warriors to stop your dad. Right? Right?
Fuck you.
And then he turns and flips him the bird.
Right.
You
Do
know?
you know who that is?
He looks really familiar.
It's Drake Bell.
No
From
shit.
Drake and Josh.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why. That's crazy. I used to know that guy.
He just looks so different then because he kind of like a little round face still.
Yeah, and like reddish hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, Drake and I played a bunch of shows together, and then I knew like a bunch of the dudes in his band that because he can still tour because that show, that Drake and Josh show, is so big everywhere, like South America or whatever. Like they got everything 10 years later. So about the time that show was run its course here, and people weren't coming to see his concerts here, he just went to fucking Brazil, just started playing shows there. You know, that's how you do it. You know, so what I'm trying to say is I'm moving to Brazil.
Well, I don't know if you keep up with Drake Bell, but he did not get invited to Josh's wedding.
Oh.
Saw that on Instagram.
Neither did the rest of NSYNC to JT's wedding.
Shit. I didn't get invited to either one of those weddings.
Yeah.
Or like anybody into any type of success from Beyonce.
That's right.
Nobody was invited.
So I watched recently the movie Concussion starring Will Smith.
I wondered how that would be.
Yeah, so Concussion was a really good movie, but man, it was pretty scary. So 1/3 of all players will contract CTE, is what the name of the disease that guy figured out. Will Smith, his character, he was some Nigerian doctor.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
1/3.
I've heard about these professional football players are like, yeah, we're not going to have our kid play football.
Yeah, that's super common now. You know, I mean, here's the thing, though.
Why would you do it?
I struggle back and forth with this because, you know, the NFL has to pay money to the players now. And, you know, this, like the NFL apparently, and of course the NFL saying, well, we didn't know there was a concussion problem. Of course there's a fucking concussion problem.
Common sense will tell
I mean,
you
can
that.
you know, like it's like suing the company that makes boxing gloves because somebody knocked the shit out of you and you have Dane Bramage now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, football has evolved over the last however many fucking years they've been playing it.
True.
They could change the rules so they could make concussions less likely.
Oh, yeah. But then less
Fantastic
people
point.
would watch,
Well,
and
it's a fantastic
it's
point
money.
because they used to not wear helmets, so they couldn't lead with their heads.
Well, they
and-
changed the rules so much to make it what it is today. They can
Right.
change the rules.
So MMA is safer than regular boxing because regular boxing has the ounce gloves, like the big, huge gloves. And
They're heavy gloves.
you can just get constantly banged for 15 rounds in your head, and you're just getting these tiny little concussions. Whereas MMA has 5-ounce gloves, which are really small. And so when you get knocked out or you get hit hard, you get knocked out and the fight's over. And so you get hit that one time, you go to the hospital, they check you out, and then you don't get hit again. But I'm just saying it sounds
much safer.
It's found as medically safer than boxing is because you're just getting hit in the head a lot less. And so it's the same concept as today's football, where they've put all this padding around the head so that you can get hit more in the head, as opposed to the old days when it was just like a little leather, cap that you put on just in case you sort of bump heads. Basically, we've made it safer, but then it really didn't make it safer.
Did you see that movie Leatherheads? It's a real movie. No, I'm serious.
No, I know.
It's freaking football, and it's Renee Zellweger. Like it's relevant. It is. It's
I wonder
really
if
good.
the
We should do that
Australian
one.
rules football and those rugby people have less concussions because they're not padded up as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a thing.
They probably get hurt more instantly, but not long-term wise.
You can usually tell when one of those guys has had a concussion, though, because they'll wear like some sort of a protective hat thing. There's a bunch of that even happens in soccer. Like if somebody's had a concussion,
They
or
put leashes on their backs too.
They. I don't know what that
It's
means.
not funny, but when me and my twins,
now I got
when
it.
me and my twin sister were little, they put us on leashes. It's fucking.
I used to think it
worst
was-
pictures ever.
I used to see that like in the mall and stuff, and I'm like, those parents are horrible. But like after having a toddler, I'm like, I fucking get it. I do.
It was a Mike Myers sketch where he was like tied to the monkey
Yeah.
bars and he's wearing a helmet and there's a leash on his back.
Like I'm gonna get him on those retractable ones where he doesn't even know like the pull is coming. Like, so I'm in control.
For Jaret?
Yeah.
I began writing what they call a mission statement. Not a memo, a mission statement. A suggestion for the future of our company. A night like this doesn't come along very often. I seized it. What started out as 1 page became 25. Suddenly, I was my father's son again. I was remembering the simple pleasures of this job, how I ended up here out of law school, the way a stadium sounds when one of my players performs well on the field, the way we are meant to protect them in health and in injury. With so many clients, we had forgotten what was important. I wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and I'm not even a writer.
Man, remember having to go to Kinko's?
Look, this took so long for him to do.
Yeah.
And it only hit him the next day that he shouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
There was so many points of, why am I even putting all this effort into this? This was a lot of effort.
Yeah, it's premeditated. He could be like, I don't know why I did that.
They
Like,
had-
you murder somebody, like, you're screwed. Too much thought.
Yeah,
They
way
had
too much
fucking
thought.
email in 1996. Come on.
That's what I was thinking when he was typing it up. I was taking notes and I said, who the fuck would read a 25-page email?
Yeah.
And then
I don't know, man. Did you see the computer he was doing it on? Like it was pretty
suitcase size.
I mean, and it was pretty like
Toshiba or whatever it was.
very. I mean, I don't think it was to the point where you could. I mean, sure there were points where you could email everybody in the office, but I don't think it was kind of the. I think this was still the norm. But that's what I couldn't stop thinking about was like, all right, it took him like, let's say it took him an hour and a half, 2 hours to write it. Okay, so then he had to go to the Kinko's. He had to get dressed, go to the Kinko's, wait for the shit or whatever, go in there and then sort it out and then put it into all the things, right?
How did he print out his first copy, though? He was in a hotel room with his computer.
oh yeah, good point.
So he,
Put it on a thumb drive.
so let's just say that
Not back then.
maybe
No.
it took 6 hours to do that. See, and in this day and age, it took him, if let's say it took him 2 hours to write it, it would take 2 hours to send that to everybody. Right. Because then you...
No one would read a 25-page memo. They would look at it and go, I'm not interested, and just throw it away, and then no one would even know about it because it's like, they didn't read it. It's 25 fucking pages.
Jaret will send me 3 text messages, and I can't get myself to read all 3.
I am so bad about this. I get emails from customers, and it's like a 2-line paragraph. I'll read the first half of the first line, get the gist of what they're asking for, and instantly reply to them. And then they'll go,
It's in the email.
it's in the email in the second part of the sentence. I am so bad about that.
Not only did everybody read it, by the time he got dressed and got down to the lobby the next morning, everybody had already read it.
Right.
He gets thunderous applause as he walks in. So, I mean, like everybody had time that morning. I mean, because everybody had a big shit that morning because they all had time to read 25 pages.
Yeah. Cameron Crowe was inspired by a 1991 memo. It was a memo, not a mission statement, from the then head of Disney, Jeffrey Katzenberg. So, like Maguire, Katzenberg was disenchanted with the state of his business and disheartened by the blockbuster mentality behind movies such as Dick Tracy. So he had his say in a 25-page worth legendary memo that passed around and discussed ever since. 3 years later, Katzenberg left to co-found DreamWorks with Steven Spielberg and David Geffen.
Yes! He fucking sure as hell did.
I mean, it's one of the most successful motion picture companies there
of
is,
all
right?
time.
Yeah.
I only
Everybody.
heard the first part of what you just said.
That was
If it
interesting.
was 25 pages, I wouldn't have made it.
I know.
So the plane, they're on the plane headed home, and Jerry is sitting next to Slutty McSlutterson. And there she is asking about his engagement, all the while just begging him with her eyes to join the Mile High Club.
Right.
That had to have been edited out, right? That 100% happened.
I would think so.
Yeah, it had to.
But meanwhile, Renee Zellweger's 30 seats away listening to their
the
conversation,
one conversation.
on
In
an
the
airplane.
aisle. She's like in the aisle,
She's
like
falling
on
out
all
of-
fours.
Falling out of her seat in lust.
Right.
I can't hear things in the seat in front of me.
I told that to Simone. In TV and movies, whenever they're in an airplane, there's no noise. It's
There's no
perfectly
noise.
quiet.
Yeah, it's so quiet.
I can't hear her talking to me next to me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is when I decided I fucking hate her character.
I can't.
Yes, when she fell out of the seat, she was so enthralled with it.
I can't hear Casey when we're on airplanes because I'm asleep.
That's true. I can hear him though.
Also, there was something that just completely stood out to me We roll our bags now everywhere. We do not carry bags.
True.
In the airport.
Maybe that's why we're all fatter.
Maybe.
Could be.
Or we have better posture.
It's like that movie WALL-E.
He had 2 huge bags on one shoulder. It was killing me just looking at him.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of. Yeah, and I felt like they all had a lot of luggage. Where the fuck did they go?
Yeah, right.
And for how long?
Yeah.
They were on some sort of conference or something.
That's because things changed whenever our generation went to fucking middle school and all the parents were like, they're going to get scoliosis. They can't carry their backpacks on one side. Like, so everything's all balanced and rolling and things like that. And that's why nobody carries bags anymore.
Speaking of being fat, I've lost 10 pounds.
What?
With my amazing, it's the most awesome genius diet I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You want to hear about it?
Uh-huh.
So what you do is you eat less calories than you burn, and you will lose weight.
Weird.
It's fucking crazy.
Unbelievable.
So I'm eating less and losing weight. It's crazy.
Is this an intervention? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? How cute is little fucking Ray coming around the little luggage thing?
He's not at all.
Yeah, he's cute. As long as he has his hair gel in. Have you seen him without his hair gel? He is a little monster.
He's cute as shit. It's just that nobody in their right mind would ever fucking let that happen. Somebody would have grabbed the kid off the thing. It's very dangerous to be on there.
I would have watched it and see how it played out.
In the 90s, though, I mean...
Was that a pun because he was in that movie Little Monsters?
Hi-yo.
Yes.
Genius.
Yes.
Wasn't he?
Yes.
It's funny, watching this back now, so 20 years later.
21 years.
Man, I don't remember him being that young. Like, I'm sitting there the whole time comparing him to Everett, who is 4. And he does a pretty goddamn good job for a kid that young. Like, there really weren't...
Amazing.
There weren't very many scenes where it wasn't believable. You know, you could tell, like, they would try to get him to laugh and stuff like that. But he did a really, really good job.
Agreed. I don't think the movie would have been as good without him.
No, he definitely was one of the things that people talked about. Absolutely.
And then he did drugs and died. No?
No,
Did he?
he's still around. He's making
Little
B-movies,
Vampire,
C-movies.
not Little Monsters. The other one was with Fred Savage.
Although I will say this, like the 1, 2, 3 thing where the kid is like hanging between your arm and another person's arm. If it isn't your kid, and sometimes even then, it's fucking annoying.
Oh yeah.
And so we humor the 1, 2, 3 thing for about 5 to 8 turns.
That's about
and then
the record, I think.
And then we're like, one of us has an excuse, like, oh wait, there's a puddle. Or,
we'll do it for like a little less than like 3/4 of the parking lot.
Yeah, and then we better get inside. No matter what is fucking.
That's average.
Happening. So the line leading into this next part is Renee Zellweger telling her son, who is 4 or 5 years old, whoever snagged him must be one classy babe.
Don't ever stop fucking me!
Sooner or later, I will have to stop.
Never been better! Never better! Never better! Open your eyes. If you ever want me to be with another woman for you, I would do it. I'm not interested in it. There was a time, yes, it felt normal for me, but it was a phase, a college thing, like torn Levi's or law school for you. Want anything from the kitchen? I'm going to get some fruit.
I love that last line.
Some fruit. Like law school for you.
Well, I feel like we could. I could talk about this scene for the rest of the podcast. But instead, I think we will go to our good friend Rich here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
Yes! Is this? How long have you had this one?
They came at the same time.
Oh God, you're killing me.
Yeah, well, I got this one too, and I don't remember what this is.
Which one?
Which one? Did we used to play a game called Which One?
I don't know.
Maybe
that goes to his other podcast.
No. He had. There's an explanation for it somewhere, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
That's genius. He's genius. He should write songs for like video games and stuff.
I'll let him know.
Okay. All right. First of all, they were completely teasing us with her naked body. Like they would get right, and it's like they don't show. Oh, right.
I saw a breast go up and down.
I mean, side boob. Yeah,
I thought that they showed more than this. Actually, that's when
Will loves the side boob.
When we yes,
I'm not going to deny it.
When we were watching this, I thought, man, I remember it being a little bit more revealing than that. But
I'm a Casey boob version.
Casey boob version. Virgin.
Probably said version. I'm like, version of
what? Okay. All right. Let's get this over with. Kelly Preston. Here we go. Hair 10, eyes 10, nose 10, mouth 10, face 8.5. It doesn't come together as much as I thought it might, but still, 8.5 is amazing. Arms 10, boobs 10, waist 10, ass 10, legs 10. Overall, I give her an 11.
Yeah.
And which totals out to a 9.95. Okay. She's hot.
Yeah.
Especially in this movie.
I
Holy
remember
shit.
when this movie came out, so I would have been, 39. This was 1996, right? So I was about 39 years old. And I fucking thought that she was the hottest person in the world.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, it was like,
there was
like
definitely
Cindy Crawford status, but with bigger boobs.
Right. She definitely was on the top of my list for a long time. I saw a movie called The Experts, which I really want to do with you guys at some point, but it's so obscure that no one's probably ever even seen it, but it's so good. It's with her and John Travolta in it together.
Oh, that's weird.
I think they may have met in that movie, but anyway.
They know each other?
She was so hot in that movie.
You know what what it is with her though? And this is the truth, and I'm just telling you. And especially in this movie and then currently the way that she looks, the way that Elizabeth Perkins looks. She reminds me of Elizabeth Perkins, and you know how I am with this Elizabeth Perkins. I like Elizabeth Perkins.
Oh.
So
she's better looking than Elizabeth Perkins.
I didn't fucking ask you that. I was telling you that she reminded me of her.
Got it.
I didn't ask you. You've already done your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rich is giving us the thing that's your thing is over. Okay? I don't fucking comment on your shit.
some ending music.
All I do is just go, oh, at your thing. And then I fucking say my shit. You're just like, well, I don't fucking agree with that. It's the fucking worst. Surprise bachelor party. He plays along. If for some reason y'all are going to give me like a delayed birthday party, don't do this video for me. Like, I don't
you
want
mean bachelor party?
Bachelor party. What did I say?
A nightmare.
Birthday.
Who are these friends of his?
No,
They suck.
don't do this for my birthday either.
They're all backstabbing motherfuckers.
I
is
know.
what they are.
Exactly. And like,
Let's pick at your scabs.
some of the stuff like actually hurt his feelings. And you
Yeah.
could tell like the guy's like trying
it wasn't
to.
flattering.
No.
No.
And also, like, you know what I would have been doing? If I were watching that in front of everybody and those fucking girls sold me out like that on the thing, I'd have pointed out a bunch of shit that's wrong with them. Like the first one comes up, chronic halitosis. That's what I'm saying. Like missing her pinky toe. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sugar reminds him at his fucking bachelor party. He reminds him, we still on for lunch tomorrow. You know. Then he's got this meeting in his office with Tidwell's wife and the kid who's throwing shit everywhere.
Ugh, the worst.
And I know. I don't know. I mean, you'd
don't
think
deal
that
well
he
with
knew
that.
them better, good enough to be able to be like, hey,
Just pick him up.
yeah, stop doing
Grab
that. So Sugar walks in again to remind him about lunch. And then she's like, oh, you're Sugar. You called my house. And it was like, uh-oh.
What's up? Came here to let you go. Pardon me? Came here to fire you, Jared. It's real. You should say something. A crowded restaurant won't be a scene. You ungrateful.
You did this to yourself. You said fewer clients, you put it all down on paper. Jesus Christ. What about me? You know what I went through, knowing I was gonna have to fire my mentor? Carrying that around in my head for a week? Could you get past yourself for a second? Jesus.
You'll lose.
You want it smaller.
Oh, I'm over it. Now I want all my clients and yours too.
And yours too.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you fire someone, You also escort them out of the building.
Yes.
You don't let them use their office for the rest of the afternoon.
No.
You don't let them make a giant announcement while they're leaving.
Mm-hmm.
And you give them a giant severance to prevent all the drama and lawsuits.
Right.
It wasn't handled well.
No. This was the worst firing ever.
I'm confused about why he's being fired.
I'm confused as to why he's being fired by that guy. Like, why wouldn't he be hired? Like, the dude that's up the stairs. Yeah. Like, that's who needs to be hiring him. He helped build that company.
Yeah, why isn't he that guy's boss?
He is that guy's boss. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just all ridiculous.
But did his performance drop off? Did he lose clients? I mean, why are they firing him?
Okay, I've made my decision. We have not solved the movie Jerry Maguire.
Because it's unsolvable.
We were so close. So
it's like an
fucking
enigma.
close. The phone war though, back and forth. He said I don't know how to be a black person. Like just.
And how did Bob Sugar talk to so many people and Jerry could only talk to one person?
He had everyone working for him.
Oh, he had the whole
He had
building?
everybody calling everybody, then they were just handing off the phones and stuff.
Gotcha.
And then plus he had pre-called a lot of people.
Okay, now we
and
solved
then
the movie.
Jerry is
That's what I would think. Why wouldn't he just call everybody before he fired him? This is the worst
he
firing
did.
of all time.
Well, when he popped into the office to tell him where they were going for lunch, she was like, "Wait, you called my house this weekend?"
That's true, yeah.
So he had been kind of doing that.
It was a very malicious firing.
But also, I mean, I think we're supposed to also. There's a building of this Tidwell character and their relationship and the fact that he can't get him off the phone. Right. He's walking through and he goes like, "I've got an ant problem, Jerry. my brother TP's room is flooded. Talk to TP. Say hi to Jerry
Maguire." Would
Maguire."
you just be sitting in your room if there was that many ants crawling into you? Oh my God.
Well, TP isn't quite a self-starter. We learned that later.
That's true.
I think their
But he tells it like
relationship
it
is like the only relationship in this entire movie that actually has a fucking point.
Yep.
It's the only one with a real full storyline.
Yeah, it's the only one that really matters.
Well, Tidwell and his wife is a good story. They're
Yeah, but
in
I'm saying,
love
but like that guy's story with Jerry Maguire, like that relationship is like the only part of this movie that actually has any substance to me.
Yeah.
Yep, it's the only compelling relationship with Jerry. Yeah.
Casey, were you not a fan of this movie?
I don't know. I mean, this is really the first Tom Cruise movie I've ever made myself watch on
that's
purpose.
right. So this was the first watching for you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen it. I wasn't here for Top Gun. I haven't seen any
right.
of them. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't not like the movie, but it's like I thought about it more today, and I'm just like, nothing fucking happened outside of that. Like nothing. I think the relationship with him and Renee Zellweger like just didn't make any sense. They just like threw out a bunch of like, we met, we did this, we did this, we did this.
Right.
It's over. Like there wasn't anything to it.
Yeah, it could be that your heart is just made of stone.
Maybe. The kid's cute. The kid's adorable. He should be in fucking everything, but he should still be small.
Well, we've got a bunch of one-liners here that happen, right around the same time. And obviously the first one is arguably the biggest from the movie, if not the second biggest. And that, of course, is "Show me the money."
Show me the money.
Yeah. Show me the money. You hear that, Jerry? Show me the money.
Other than they wanted the catchphrase to be "show me the money" and not "show you the money."
Right.
Because that's not a good catchphrase. Show you the money.
Right.
Why did he make him say "show me the money"?
Because because it's a fucking catchphrase.
Okay.
So
Tidwell was trying to make Jerry
start saying "show me the money."
Show me. Okay. Got it.
Show me
I
the
didn't
money.
know where that came from, so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then just Tom Cruise yelling it is so funny. I mean, like I was laughing so hard just to, "Show me the money! I love black people!"
Congratulations, you're still my agent. Click. I love that. That's my favorite.
On his way out, there's such a thing as manners. These fish, they have manners. And then, of course, we get "Who's Coming With Me?" Very, very famous scene. And so, of course, Flipper is going to go with him. And then it's embarrassing. And then, Renee Zellweger, Dorothy, she stands up. "I will go with you."
It just hit me where I saw this movie. I saw it with my ex-wife.
Which one?
The first one. And
oh, wait. Which one?
What?
The button.
Oh, which one? Oh! We just solved which one! We just solved it!
We solved which one!
Wait, do it again.
All right. I watched this movie with my ex-wife.
Which one?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my That's hilarious.
Let's do it again.
I went to the movie with my ex-wife.
Which one?
That is so funny. He's probably laughing his eye off.
I know.
Like, they figured it out.
It's been driving him crazy for like 10 minutes now. He's like, how could they not remember? Oh my God. Thank you, Casey. Holy shit. You just made the podcast. All right. And my buddy Clint McCord and his girlfriend. I visualized the whole thing, where it was and everything.
Oh, good for you.
I believe our first time to have Wayne Bullard.
Little Wayne.
Little Wayne. What's up, Wayne?
What's up, man? How you doing?
There he is. I remember you. So I got to get Nigel on the phone, and then we'll talk a little bit more.
Okay.
Hello.
There's Nigel. How we doing?
Not bad, G.
Good. I can't see you. Wayne is just joining us. Wayne, are you there?
Yep. What's up, man?
Did it.
There's Wayne. Now, I can't see you, Nigel.
That's fine. All you got to do is have Wayne hold his up and have Nigel say it before you read Wayne's.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be. All right. So, Wayne, again, where are you at?
Waycross, Georgia.
From Waycross, Georgia.
Yeah, this is his first time, right?
First time on this. Yeah, we've met him on a couple of
Skype Hangout.
On the Skype Hangouts. And whereabouts in the United Kingdom are you again, Nigel?
A little town called Trowbridge.
Holy shit. I read about the troll bridge when I was a kid. And you would have to pay the troll some money to get across there or something, and then somebody rubbed his feet, and then you win the prize.
There's quite a few of them in Trowbridge.
Yeah. Quite a few of the trolls in Trollbridge. Yeah, that's a thing. So today it's Waycross. It's the you've heard of this rivalry, Waycross versus Trollbridge. It's very.
Oh yeah, it's a tale as old as time, man.
It's an historic rivalry. Wayne, how did you find the podcast, and how long you been listening?
I've been listening close to a year now. The job I work at, we're allowed to bring iPods and MP3 players, and I had a couple of movie podcasts that were okay. And I was looking for some more, and I saw the Jaret Goes to the Movies logo, and I was like, that's cool. Went and listened to a couple and kind of fell in love with it, man. This is the first thing that I've actually felt compelled to contribute to.
Are you not a previous fan of Bowling for Soup? Did we just stumble on our first natural-born fan of the show?
You may have. I remember Bowling for Soup. I remember 1985 because that's the year I was born.
Nice.
So,
me too.
Yeah, I remember 1985. I remember The Girl All the Bad Guys Want, but I'm more into movies than I am music, so I'm always trying to find a good any sort of review or anything like that.
Nigel, what about you, man? How did you find the podcast?
I found it probably about a year ago as well. Just obviously a big Bowling for Soup fan, and like I said before, I think I'd always known of the podcast, but was never really into podcasts. One day, just give it a chance, and that was it. Literally one episode, and I was hooked.
Do you find yourself like actually trying to see the movie before if you haven't seen it before, or is it something that you can? Yeah,
I do try to watch most of them. I don't watch all of them. Most of them I've probably seen already, to be honest. But
has either one of you have you listened to one of our podcasts and you haven't seen the movie before ever?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, this week.
The Sleepers episode. I haven't seen that before.
Right, and you listened to the episode?
Yes.
Which is that I've always wondered what that listen would be like, and that particular episode would be like, because we can't actually say anything that happens, right? You know, like
it did make me want to watch it, but then I thought, I don't know.
It's a great movie. You just kind of feel like you need, to shower off after you're done. All right, guys, you guys know why we're here. We're gonna play a game. Now, this is the second week that has been in this particular format, and my gosh, since we recorded the episode 2 weeks ago and it aired, the phone lines have heated up, the ratings are through the roof, and there's a bidding war going on as to who will pick this little bit of our show up and turn it into the greatest game show
on TV
since Press Your Luck.
It's a totally different experience.
Did you know they have Candy Crush coming on CBS soon?
Oh my God.
There's a daytime game show called Candy Crush, hosted by Mario Lopez.
Of course it
CBS.
is. Why wouldn't there be?
It's so tough.
There's a Shazam game show starting up too.
That thing is already out, and apparently it's supposedly pretty cool. Essentially, you race Shazam, to see if it recognizes the song before you do.
Oh, are you serious?
And I think they start it like at different points in the song or whatever.
It's literally a commercial for the application.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
of course.
same with Candy Crush. Candy Crush, they're a team and they're hanging from bungee cord, and there's a actual Candy Crush app on the floor, and they're pressing to switch the little colors or whatever it is with their hands as they're hanging above it, and they have to work as a team to get more points. It looks horrible.
So a lot of people don't know this, but Deal or No Deal, it was the same kind of thing. Howie Mandel's grandfather invented the briefcase that is handcuffed to your arm. And so what they were trying to do is they were trying to bring that back. And by giving away this $1 million, if you guessed the right case that was handcuffed to the lady's arm, that was selling a lot of numbers or whatever. And where they messed up is that a lot of the locks that they would sell were a little defective. So people were having to shower with the thing handcuffed to their arm. There were a lot of people trying to swim, and the thing would, if it had a leak, it'd kind of weigh them down. In fact, an entire Italian family was wiped out all at once, but from going to a bathhouse. And they're all fucking dead. New crime family moved into town. And their last name, I believe, is Jones.
Yeah.
I believe it's Jones.
That's true.
This is a game called 5 Questions where we ask you 6 questions, and the high score is 7. Guys, the way that this game works is I'm going to ask you guys a question. Nigel, I'm going to have to have you say your answer first since I cannot see you each time. And but I will be looking at Wayne's answer as you say it, and then that way I will know that neither of you are cheating, because cheating is for assholes. Unless it's in golf, and then cheating is for golfers, because that's what they fucking do. All right, guys. We watched a movie this week called Jerry Maguire. Were both of you able to see that film?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched it last night.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin with the first question. In the movie Jerry Maguire, the greatest scene in the movie is A, you had me at hello, B, who's coming with me, or C, don't you ever stop fucking me, ever, 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 ever. Okay, now I can see that Wayne is writing his answer down. Okay, Nigel, let's go to you. A, B, or C?
All 3 were pretty good, but I would go with C.
And Wayne also is saying C. Both of them have answered correctly. That's 1 point for each of you. I would like to point out that if I could, I would definitely give Wayne a bonus point because he's actually titled his clipboard Jaret Goes to the Movies at the top. And he's got a dry erase board down there. And it's like the most efficient thing I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable. And I can see myself in the reflection of his thing, so that would have been another point. Because I never get tired of looking at myself, ladies and gentlemen. It's 1-1, and we go to question number 2. Fellas, in the movie, Jerry Maguire represents sports figures. Name a sport that he represents an athlete in during the movie. Okay, I can see that. Okay, Nigel, let's go with you.
I'm going to go football.
Football is actually incorrect because football in your country is soccer. I would have accepted American football. I would have accepted American football from you, but Wayne, of course, wrote football, so it is 2-1. Sorry to get you on that. Sorry to get you on the British technicality, Nigel. You know I have nothing but love for your country.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Hold on, I'm getting a note from my judges. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm not allowed to make it a half British, half English game show. So you do both get the answer correct. It's 2-2, guys.
Yeah, that was a little bit
I
racist.
was American football as well, but I thought it made me sound really British. So
Well, you're doing just fine on your own with that, Nigel. You guys You guys are both doing great. Guys, let's go to question number 3. And asking question number 3 will be Jaret Reddick. Thank you. Yes, and I am here with question number 3. It's fantastic to be here. In the movie Jerry Maguire, the cute little kid gives us some fun facts about several things. He tells us that the human head weighs about 10 pounds. And then he tells us that bees and what can smell fear. That's right. Oh. Bees and what can smell fear? Nigel.
Oh, I'm going to have to pass.
Nigel is passing. We will go over to Wayne. And of course, the answer is dogs.
Dogs.
That's right. That's right. Now that one, was not picking on you because you're British, Nigel.
They do have dogs over there.
You did stay up till 3:00 in the morning for this. I am actually rooting for you. It is 3-2. We go to question number 4, and you guys are both doing fantastic. In the movie Jerry Maguire, the star quarterback is played by Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell played the fat kid in what previously podcasted Jaret Goes to the Movies movie?
Oh my God.
Movie.
Like Will questions.
Did he play the fat kid in? Nigel?
I don't know.
Just guess.
The hint is he is one of 4 child actors in the movie.
Stand By Me?
That is correct. The answer is Stand By Me, and Wayne, of course, is answering Stand By Me. So it is 4-3. Now, that is all 7 of your lifelines, Nigel. And so entering question 5, we do have Wayne with a commanding 4-3 lead over Nigel, who seems to be picking up steam going into my final question here. Fellas, in the movie Jerry Maguire, it's a really, really good movie. True or false? True or false? Nigel, we'll go to you first.
Most definitely true.
And also, of course, Wayne says true. That is correct. It is a really, really good movie. Now, going into Rich's bonus question, it is 5-4. So we will now go to Mr. Richard Kubert, Wholesome Coleman.
All right, guys. Would it have made this movie better or worse if Jerry had just pulled out his wallet and actually just showed Rod some money?
Okay, so they just say yes or no?
Better or worse?
Oh, better or worse. We'll go to Nigel, of course, first.
Mm-hmm.
Worse.
Would have been worse, and Wayne went better.
The answer is actually worse, because then it would just been all love story.
Holy shit.
That would have not made the movie better.
Ooh, it's all
As I
tied
said,
up.
he picked up steam. It's all tied up. You guys are not, so there is no chance to steal here. You guys will go into, I believe so. Let me go to the judges here. So now they just both answer this question, and whichever one of them gets it wins.
They could pull it out, otherwise they tie.
Otherwise, you guys tie at 0. All right, now with the super tricky bonus question, here is the golden boy, Mr. Will Vark.
All right, gentlemen. In the movie Jerry Maguire, Jerry says that there are almost 6 billion people on Earth. The time of the film, it was 1996. And that when he was a kid, it was 3 billion people. So if he's about 36 years old, he's probably a kid back in around the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
What is the current population of the Earth? And I'll let you round it to the nearest 500 million.
Current population of the Earth rounded
No Googling.
To the. We're going to go ahead and go to Nigel for his answer.
I'm going to say around 12.
Nigel says 12, and Wayne says 7.5 billion.
The actual answer is 7.5 billion people.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the history of our show, someone got the hard Will Vark question right. It's never been done. Nigel, you...
well, I'll let Nigel have one save.
Nigel, you do get another save, so we're throwing you a 12th lifeline here.
In 1999, in Austin, Texas, I received a tattoo on my right shoulder. What is it a tattoo of?
What is the tattoo on Will's right shoulder, Nigel?
I think it is. I'm going to go for some sort of dog, maybe like a bulldog or something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not correct.
That is incorrect, and we unfortunately cannot reveal the actual answer because that's the only question he has most of the time. You guys have both been awesome. I want to thank you both. Nigel, first of all, thank you for staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning. Second of all, thank you for letting me give you shit. Wayne, thank you so very much for being a new executive producer and participating in the game. You guys are definitely what makes this show happen. So just know that you're a very big part of this, and we appreciate you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your evening or morning, whichever it may be, and you guys will be able to hear this on the next episode.
Cheers. Have a great weekend.
Yeah,
guys.
y'all take care. See ya.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
So you empowered Bob Sugar to deal with Denver behind my back?
I'm sorry. I love my son.
I love your son. I love your son. I brought Denver to 20 million. Denver deals with me all the time. You listen to Sugar. Bob Sugar. That is a child. You let that snake in the door? Okay, hey. Listen, rookie mistake. You want Denver. I'll fix this whole thing up for you. You didn't sign anything with Sugar, right? Matt, tell me you didn't sign. Tell me you didn't sign because I'm still sort of moved by your "my word is stronger than oak" thing.
We signed an hour ago. You were in the lobby with the black fella.
Sorry, Jerry. I just want to play football.
I just want to play football.
Oh, Bo Bridges, you son of a bitch.
Right?
Your
I fucking
word
hated that
your
guy.
Word isn't fucking oak.
The worst kind of person that says stuff like that, and then it's just nothing.
Yeah, and another fucking movie making everybody from Texas look like racist fucking rednecks. Over there with that black feller. Like, what the fuck?
They were from Odessa. So
Let's back up, though. When he goes to their house, he walks in and he says, you want a beer and tomato juice? Beer and tomato juice is an actual drink. It's called a Red Draw. And it was invented in what? Texas City.
Wichita Falls.
Wichita Falls is correct. For bonus points, what was the name of the bar at which it was invented?
Red Draw.
Wichita Balls. Oh.
Wichita Balls?
Wichita Balls is incorrect.
Wichita Falls Bar.
Bar L is actually that. Some people would argue P2, which would be short for Pioneer 2, because we had a string of restaurants called the Pioneer. The scene as he's driving away from down the long roads of Midland, Odessa, which Will knows very well. Yeah, just trying to find the song. I mean,
the key.
But remember back in the day, like you did just want to like sing, but you didn't have an iPod, and you just like wanted to find something that you could fucking sing to, and then that one comes on and just be free falling.
That's why I learned the words to everything.
Yeah, I get it. She does know the words to every single song in the world. And now we're to the famous scene with the little guy. You know, the human head weighs more than 10 pounds.
8
pounds.
He goes, and then he just keeps going. He gives him like sports stuff, and he goes, "Did you know my next door neighbor has 3 rabbits?" Kids are so funny.
Fall for that kid.
I don't know,
man. It's all sort of flooding back to me how crazy the pop culture was for that kid.
Everybody loved that kid.
It was.
I didn't
insane.
love that kid.
No, not even back then.
No, he's annoying for me.
Another person whose heart.
How old
is
did you say he was in this?
I didn't actually research it, but I will say that he even went on to be the star of Stuart Little with Michael J. Fox, and the 2 older kids loved that movie, and I've seen it 1,000 times. He was great. It was awesome. So Jerry Maguire talks Tidwell into going with him to the draft, right? And they're not even done at the fucking airport yet, right? And some kid walks up to him and just goes, "Are you Hootie?" Which is funny for 2 reasons. A, it's funny that he recognized him and thought that he was Darius Rucker. But secondly, because there's no guy named Hootie in Hootie and the Blowfish, but everybody still calls Darius Rucker Hootie.
Absolutely.
And he's a country star.
I do.
Yeah.
It's like Blondie, right?
Oh, I guess it could be. Yeah.
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 They call her Blondie or Adamant.
Very, very
because
good.
the band's name is Adam and the Ants. They call him Adamant for some reason.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
What?
And it's like,
There's
that's
no band called Adamant?
It's Adam and the Ants.
There's no band called Adamant.
No.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of Adam and the Ants.
The Blondie thing was the best, though. That's a good one.
I'll just cut it there.
Well, you got to leave this in. This is
okay.
fucking gold.
It's over.
Didn't hear it.
There's something missing here, don't you think?
You have never been alone.
Listen to me.
And you can't be alone.
It's over.
No one has ever dumped me.
I'm not trying to make history here.
I did the 23-hour nose route to the top of El Capitan in 18 hours and 23 minutes. I can make this work.
Loving me now, aren't you, Jerry?
Who the fuck would ever dump this chick?
Oh, I would have dumped her instantly. I would have.
horrible.
I would have dumped
Especially
her.
now that he's unemployed and she has a great job, and he's just going to dump her now? Like, this isn't when you dump her.
He dumped her because she wasn't supporting him at all.
Yeah, she's also
She
a
literally
fucking
was supporting
asshole.
him.
She's the worst.
Not financially supporting him, just being there for
What
him.
are you talking about? She was like, get up and succeed. Get out there and sell. She's being supportive. That's what he
She's
needed
saying,
to hear.
"Get up there and go succeed for us." She's then he fucking has the worst day of his life, and she's like, "You just fucked up both of our lives." That's fucked up,
Yeah,
dude.
that's not very nice.
That is not very nice.
Okay, she's not now. She has to be flawless now.
Well,
holy shit!
Have you
She's
seen her?
She's in 2.5 scenes. Her odds aren't very good.
I don't think you've ever turned around on a point in the history of the show. I'm
We don't
serious.
we don't even have a fucking button for that.
I have no song for it.
No. Casey, please exit the building. Casey, we are waiting for you outside by the trash cans.
Maybe Jerry Maguire doesn't want to fuck her forever.
It can't do that. It's
Maybe
not
that, yeah.
impossible. You have to
Maybe
go to
he
the bathroom. You probably get hungry.
He probably. Yeah.
Well, she did go get him some fruit.
Definitely dehydrated.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would love for my girl to get me some fruit afterwards.
There is no afterwards. You have to do it forever.
Forever. You gotta
You have
like
to never,
eat the fruit
ever
while
stop.
you're doing it.
Rich, all you have to do is ask.
I think she meant with breaks.
Well, then, yeah, I'd stay with her.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's actually what she said?
Yeah, speaking
Never stop fucking me
speaking
except
of-
for maybe a couple breaks if we get hungry or go to the bathroom.
Speaking of porn scenes, I think this is where they, at some point, they go out on the date, sort of, right? Jerry and Zellweger?
Not quite.
Well, it's definitely before the next clip, right?
This is where he comes and just touches her boob.
It's right after the next clip. Yeah, when we would talk about it. Yeah. But right here is where he breaks up with Avery and he goes over to her house and
Drunk.
she's got to so she's got to get the right outfit on. Her sister's giving her shit.
All right, forget I said anything.
And then he's like just hanging out with Ray the whole time, who's supposed to be in bed. And then Ray answers one of his cell phones and just talks to fucking Rod Tidwell. And Rod
You
Tidwell-
talk funny.
Yeah, you talk funny. And then, but then they just start sitting there or whatever, and he just goes, "Let's go to the zoo right now." And Jerry just goes, "Fucking zoo's closed." And he's like, "You said fuck."
I won't tell.
But yeah, I mean, they're like in conversation for 5 minutes, and then he goes to kiss her, and he just goes straight for the boob. It is weird.
Just one hand, like
Right there. It's almost like Will did to my wife.
I wasn't sure
at
what
the
was going on. It
end-
was so uncomfortable for me to watch.
I have to admit though that like when I'm in bed with my wife and I like reach over to just like touch her shoulder or something, it's always boob.
Yeah.
It's always right on boob.
Yeah,
Like my
it's
my
magnetism.
hand just goes right to boob.
It's like
Boobs
a
are-
magnetic thing. Yeah.
Speaking of boobs and speaking of porn scenes in public, so the Russian and I were sitting on the balcony.
We can talk about the porch thing in a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. We've already done it. We'll just talk about it. All right, so you do this to me all the time.
I know, but we're not to that point yet.
yeah, we're talking about the
Okay,
other
but
thing.
this is
Okay,
sort of,
go ahead.
okay.
Go ahead.
So we're sitting on our balcony, or on my balcony, and I live in a townhome, and literally right across the street, there's not like a big front yard or anything. There's other townhomes, and my neighbor, who is, I know there's a term for it, but I think it's racist, but she's like a quarter black and then and then mostly
She's
white.
what? She's like multiracial or biracial?
I don't know. She's like a little bit black, a little bit.
I don't think that's right.
Mulatto.
I don't know. That's not the point. I'm just saying she's super fucking hot, like super hot.
Oh, that's not racist.
Well, I didn't. Anyway, so we're sitting on the balcony, and this is like 10 o'clock at night. It's kind of dark outside. So my neighbor across the street turns on the light, and her front door is like directly in front of us. Inside of her house, there's a stairwell that runs straight up into the back of the house, straight from the front door. Well, above the door are these giant windows. Well, they didn't put curtains on these windows, and she comes walking down these stairs butt ass naked. Great boob job. Amazing boob job. She's just walking slowly down the stairs, and I'm going, holy shit, she's butt ass naked. And then she's like, nuh-uh. And then I go, watch. She'll walk back up. Oh, but anyway, super hot. No one? Okay.
What did the Russian think?
What the purpose of this was just you telling
It just
us that you're
reminded
creeping
me
on your neighbor?
of
You saw a lady
porn
naked?
out front of the house.
Oh, you saw real life porn.
Right, exactly.
That's not porn. That's just a naked
Well,
lady in the
I
privacy
am
of her
almost
home.
positive she just banged somebody, and she was going down to get some water.
She was going down to get some fucking fruit.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah.
We just saw
I saw this like drunk girl giving a dude a blowjob in front of Pita Pit in Denton once. That was weird.
Oh my gosh. So in Midland, Texas, we were in the car with my daughter, me, Simone, and my daughter. And we're driving behind this like strip mall to get to where we need to go on the other side of the parking lot. Girl just giving this guy a blowjob from behind.
And it wasn't a strip club?
No, it was just the back of some shop.
I was just about to explain that. So anybody not from America, a strip club obviously is what it is. Now a strip mall means in all of the stores they have strippers. And so like you go into the Gap, there's just a fucking pole right in the middle of it. And yeah, it's great fun.
That's crazy.
I will say that the Russian and I may or may not have returned the favor on the balcony.
Difference was she was not creeping into your life.
Right.
So the lady
Yeah.
didn't notice.
Probably.
You guys got you got naked on the balcony and
They
just
did it
stood
on
there?
the balcony is what he's implying.
That's what I'm saying.
So they the good scene with Glenn Fry here with the negotiations or whatever, then just Jerry standing there while Cuba Gooding Jr. takes a shower and just them having the conversations. Like they're making the Quan. The Quan obviously is love, respect, and dollars too. I didn't know that.
I've never heard that
No.
term before, except for this movie.
Not in my life.
I don't think they think they were trying to get it to stick, and it didn't stick.
One of my favorite lines in the movie, and I use it all the time, is Jerry says, "You need a towel?" He goes, "I air dry."
He says
I air
that
dry,
all
Jerry,
the time.
all the time. I air dry, Jerry.
Do you air dry though?
No, I hate drying off, but I do dry off as quick as I can.
Yeah,
Drying off prevents me from showering at times because I fucking hate
Apparently I don't dry off well enough.
it. No, she's the worst, but
I
she
don't
doesn't
like being
care.
wet walking around.
No,
at all.
I don't like it.
I'll I guess, not dry off well enough to the standards of which I should be drying off. And then I'll get in bed and it makes him just crazy. He's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I wouldn't say it makes me crazy.
I think it
just
has in the past. I think you're just used to it now.
I am out here for you. You don't know what it's like to be me out here for you. It is an up at dawn, pride swallowing siege that I will never fully tell you about, okay? God, help me. Help me, Rod. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you. Help me. Help you.
I'm sorry. You are hanging on by a very thin thread. And I dig that about you.
He saved the scene because this scene was bordering on ludicrous, and then his reaction was definitely how someone would react if someone said that to them. I mean,
What do you mean? The help me help you thing?
No, Tidwell's response to the help me help you.
Well,
was,
I think I think there's a lot of ridiculousness though that goes he's just telling him that he wants to make that you got to get out there and make me the Quan, and he's so frustrated he just starts going fine, And she's like kicking shit, whatever. So then he throws a fit the best way he can without telling this small child who makes millions of dollars what the fucking people actually think of him. Because if he tells him that, he's going to get fucking fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I do agree with you. I mean, I would fucking start laughing for sure. So it's at this point where I looked at Casey and I go, oh, she's fucking smart, because I told Casey how smart she was. But I was just like, Renee Zellweger has figured it out that he doesn't like to be alone. So she's like, he's sitting in his office. He's kind of stewing over some shit. She's just like, I'll just get out of here. Let you be alone, alone. And he's like, you want to go to dinner? She's like, I know a great place. And now let's just fast forward through the date and get to what it was that you were referring to with your across street neighbor. And I'm hoping that you have a good security camera. You have the Ring doorbell. Fucking
dude, I've thought about setting one up because holy shit,
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
no?
What the fuck
it's
happened
my right.
on
it's
that?
My right.
What happened on that porch? I mean, that was insane. There's a child asleep inside.
Yeah, that was.
You never know. One of them fucking angry divorced moms may have fucking had too much wine. She could be passed out on the couch. You don't know. No, you find out Chad's in there.
And
just
honestly,
waiting.
she didn't even look interested for like the first, I don't know, probably 75% of it.
She was crawling on the floor on the airplane, though.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, that does show interest. I believe that. I don't believe it shows intent.
No, I mean like during this porch scene.
No, I know what you mean.
He's just like all over her neck and stuff. Like,
did he go down on her in the front?
I just want to say
it was
like,
close.
Where did he go?
I mean, I don't think he did, but it was weird.
This was very similar to my third date with the Russian. I was hammered and she wasn't. And that's basically how this went down. It was after the wedding. She had to drive me home because I was so drunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was not good.
That's a fucking
I'm surprised that she kept dating me after that date.
That's a good fucking night.
I'm surprised I kept dating Jaret.
They get real drunk in Russia, by the way.
She's used to it.
They get fucking Russian drunk.
You just reminded her of home.
Yeah, that's probably it.
The nanny comes out the door and he's just like, I want you to use this, right? And you just think he's going to grab a condom. And that's what I thought. And I was like, oh my God, this is now really uncomfortable. But no, he's got a tape of Miles Davis and John Coltrane, which I can't think of anything worse to listen to.
Right.
I would rather listen to the first two Starship albums. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad. And we can build this thing together. Case, write that down.
Okay, so there is a new show out on TV called American Gods, right? And they play jazz on this show every episode constantly.
Play what?
Jazz.
Oh, right.
And it's the worst music ever. It's terrible. I almost quit watching the show several times just because of this music. It's so bad. And then Preacher started again, second season. Yep. On the first episode, they're driving, first or second? Anyway, they're driving around in the car and they're going to New Orleans. And I think it was the second. They play that same fucking jazz music, and I almost think they were making fun of that show.
Maybe.
Because they were kind of making fun that the music kind of sucked, but the other guy was saying it wasn't. Anyway, but... it's so bad. I hate jazz. It's terrible.
I like jazz.
I like jazz okay, actually.
There's some jazz that's okay, but this, I'm telling you, if I played this jazz for you, oh, no.
You're talking about the really experimental, like the Coltrane. Yeah. Yeah, so Coltrane's like, it's a hard listen. Some Miles Davis is too, but like Louis Armstrong shit, it's like it's not like all the notes that like are so like they sound bad, but they could be explained with math. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But no, I don't mind it. I mean, I have an appreciation for it at least.
I mean, the good jazz is like the jazz that's almost the blues, is just faster. You know what I mean? But this jazz was, oh God, it's so
like
bad.
feels so good.
No, that's fine. That's just pop. It's not really jazz.
Well, what's your favorite Kenny G song? I'm just kidding. That was not Kenny G.
I wouldn't consider that jazz. That's adult contemporary.
I know. I don't. I mean, like, I don't know what the fucking hum you that's jazz. Dude, I listened to you talk fucking about some goddamn computer program for fucking 30 minutes today while trying to work, you fuckers. So don't snore during jazz talk.
Jazz talk with Jaret.
Look, all I know is that I found someone and he was popular and charming and not so nice to me and he died, okay? So why should I let this guy go? Why? When everything in my body says that this one is the one.
Take it easy, all right? I was just looking for a few fun details, that's all.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Well, I don't know if you're interested in this one little detail.
Yeah, what?
But I was just about to tell you that I love him. I do. I love him. I love him, and I don't care what you think. I love him for the man he wants to be, and I love him for the man that he almost is. I love him.
Interesting.
Hi, Jerry.
Is that the main point of the scene? Is to basically,
well,
for her to explain that she loves what he could possibly be.
First of all, this is
what he might want.
This is every. It seems to me, from my personal perspective, when you're under 35 and you're dating, every girl thinks this way. It's like, yeah, he's imperfect, but he will be this great husband / boyfriend or whatever. I feel like all girls go into relationships in their 20s and early 30s.
I don't know. I mean, you've been pretty consistent.
Casey's an outlier. We can't go off with this. Bonnie Hunt's performance is great.
She's great. Yeah, she's always good.
This was the first movie because she's a comedian, right? She's a comedian.
Well, she's a comedic actress. She's been in a bunch of stuff.
I thought she was a comedian before this movie, and this was like her first break. I could be totally making this up.
I don't think so.
I didn't know her very well, but I thought that this was really good. I thought she was great in it.
Yeah, I think she did good.
I love the relationship with the two sisters. You didn't find that as a Casey, you were saying none of the relationships were good, but
With
I thought
Jerry.
the two sisters were great.
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe wrote this role to reflect the audience, what the audience would think about their relationship.
Yeah, that's genius.
I mean, but if she was really a good sister, she'd be like, "No, I am judging you. That's fucking crazy. You slept with him one time.
It's
you
the
can't
point of
be
view
in
of
the
the
kitchen
audience.
going,
Like,
I
these
love
two
him.
are fucking crazy.
Right.
Yeah. And she does introduce herself as the non-approving sister. I mean,
Well, they're supposed to be both. I mean, she clearly is. I mean, I would assume recently divorced and closed off, and this other girl's just putting her heart just out there. Like, I think it, I feel it, I'm saying it. Like, I'm sure they're kind of opposites. But they probably kind of have to help each other.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, did I see this correctly? Did he put on panties?
Briefs.
I didn't see that. Probably briefs or.
No, I'm almost because they were cut like panties, and they had frills on the end of them. There's no way those were his underwear.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
I thought it was supposed to be like a comical gag that he accidentally picked up her panties and put them on, but they were enormous.
Some sort of weird projected wish fulfillment on your part. I don't know.
Dude, go back. All right, everyone, go back and look at that scene because those are not normal men's underwear. There's no way because
Those
were
are
like
women's underpants.
They were a V. It was
It's a
V.
severe behavioral disorder. For God's sakes, will you cover yourself?
But the scene was great because he has these roller coaster of emotions as he's listening to the conversation. At first, he's like, "Whoa, what the fuck? She's in love with me. I'm not sure I'm into that." But then she starts talking about him in a very positive light, and you can see him kind of, yeah, oh, that's amazing. And then they'd say something else, like almost the person or what he could be, and then he goes back down. I thought that whole thing was great, how they expressions on his face as he's hearing this, and then the kid says hi in the hall and busts him, and they know.
And he's fine.
Yeah.
No, he's
Just so you know, I think there's a website called fuckyeahtomcruiseass.com.
Oh, nice.
Does it show him in the panties?
Is it about his collection of donkeys,
Oh, wait,
or is
here's
it about
the
something
picture.
else?
Is it black panties when he's?
The picture's too dark. It does have the picture though. They really do have a bunch of.
Are the panties in a V formation or?
But there's no frill. It's just like a weird cut.
Yeah, I used to
male,
wear like super bikini briefy shit back in the 90s.
Yeah.
If those are men's underwear, wow.
They definitely look like panties that I used to wear back in the 90s and shit.
Okay.
All the ones I wore had like the days of the week on them still, I think.
Yeah, except for Sunday because
No?
of God.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I'm just quoting other movies in this one today. I don't know what's all right. We do have a surprise. I'll go ahead and fucking let you guys hear this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
That's right. It's the Richter scale again. We're going to do it again. Here we go. So for the second time in the podcast.
Double dose.
First time ever attempted here. Here we go.
Okay, we're doing Renee Zellweger. And first of all, I definitely think that going from Kelly Preston to Renee Zellweger is totally possible. I actually think it's possible. And I'll explain why after I'm done.
What do you mean?
Okay, Renee Zellweger. Hair, adorable. Eyes, adorable. Nose, adorable. Mouth, adorable. Face, adorable. Arms, adorable. Boobs, a 4. Waist, adorable. Ass, adorable. Legs, adorable. Overall, adorable. She is just adorable.
She's adorable.
Oh my God. I forgot how cute and adorable she was.
Mm-hmm.
And
You stumbled. You said, was.
and not is now,
Poor
but
thing.
was. But man, I caught myself gazing into those stupid lips and her stupid cheeks. Like, it was just adorable. And that's what I'm saying. I can totally see someone going from hot Kelly Preston to just fucking super adorable Renee Zellweger and not feeling like I'm stepping down
And
or
this
whatever.
is basing everything on looks.
No. Because of her personality, it definitely makes her adorable, yeah.
Got it.
I liked her baggy 90s jeans.
I thought her butt looked amazing
I
in
kind
those
of like
fucking
those jeans. They should come back.
Yeah,
I
let's do
can
it.
see somebody going from Kelly Preston to Satan, to be honest.
Come on,
She's
she's
fucking terrible. Terrible person.
Her character
I'd ride her all the way to
her
hell.
character in the movie made her very unattractive.
Wait a second.
No. Wait. Oh, God.
I know a way we can save on medical and rent.
No. Don't listen to him, Dorothy.
What if we stayed together? What if we got married? If I said that, would you stay?
No. Don't do that. Don't say that unless, well, say it if you want to.
Will you marry me?
Wow.
How does that save in medical and rent?
Well, they don't have to keep the two places because he was probably still keeping his place and staying there because she has the kid. And then medical,
pay for a family plan.
They pay for a family plan. Yeah.
And here's another thing. What's up with the office on the beach?
I couldn't figure that out either.
Save some money by not having that office.
I
right?
could, but
How
he
did
kept
they
saying,
afford the fucking wedding?
Hold on, back up to
No. My wedding was in the backyard and it cost me $20,000.
Okay, Will actually had a really good question.
Sorry.
Let's go back to the golden boy here.
My wedding wasn't in my backyard.
No.
And it was $5,000.
Here, God damn it. Okay, fuck your question,
That's
Will.
probably why you're still married.
You're right. That it was fucking expensive wedding.
Right?
You're fucking right.
They had a band.
Yep, absolutely. Yep,
the whole thing.
100%. Yep, fuck this up. I'll kill you.
Our wedding was not super expensive.
Look, let's go back to what Will was talking
Fuck
about.
that. We're not talking about that. Absolutely not. We're not fucking
So
talking
hang on. So
about that.
Let's go back and talk about.
Holy shit!
Let's talk
Guys,
about Ray.
we missed a perfectly good which one opportunity, by the way.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
That one's a hard one to get in there.
It is. So when Ray goes, go ahead and go. The little kid was saying that.
Yeah.
That's how he said it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he was kind of snotty like
Do
that.
your
Go
impression.
ahead and go.
I was like,
all men leave. My dad died on me.
But he was leaving that. They were leaving him.
Yeah, well, first of all, that...
How's he supposed to understand that?
Yeah, he's raised by a manipulative, neurotic woman. Clearly,
Yeah.
he's being taught that they should chase him.
Everything that the everything that the kid said up to this point was very typical of what a slightly smart kid might say.
Yeah, his
in real
neighbor
life.
has 3 rabbits.
But this one, I hate when they write kids' dialogue as what an adult would say, because that kid would never say, go ahead and go. He's too young for the even get that.
Yeah, he'd be like, bye, Jerry.
Bye, Jerry. I'll see you soon. You know, it's like,
yeah,
he would never say that. I hated that line and what they gave it to him, but I understand why they put it in
Yeah,
there.
well, she
because,
probably fucking coached him to say that because she's
that's a
crazy.
good point. That's a good point. I retract everything.
We're gonna go have fun being alone again. Alone. We're moving to San Diego. Alone.
I take it all back. You're
Right.
absolutely correct on that.
So
how did they afford this wedding?
The wedding didn't cost much money.
I was trying to interrupt you.
I don't know about the office on the beach, but I would have loved to have talked about it. So Rod's having a fucking good game, and Kelly Preston's still making the little L sign at him, and I would have pushed her out of the fucking box. Seriously, like shape of an L on her forehead, whatever. Like you talking about, I would have smash mouth the shit out of her. I would have smashed her mouth in the face. Smash the mouth in her fucking face, in her face mouth.
I think Will would say that was assault.
Yeah,
I would recommend that you did not do that.
What?
Assault
people, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying assault.
No, it's
I thought
pepper.
you said the salt, and I'm like, in the wound?
No, it's pepper.
Then you salt her
understood.
face after you bust her lip open. You just salt her
Fuck
face.
yeah, just salt the shit out
And
of
you
it.
throw a little over your left shoulder because you don't want bad luck.
Spinderella was just in Denton.
Marcy, he's unconscious. No, I know. Just stay calm. Just keep the phone lines open. I will call you back. There's good doctors on the field. Just stay calm.
No, Jerry, you have to tell me something. I cannot stay calm. I am freaking here.
Please, we gotta stay calm. Your family needs you to stay calm.
I know, but my whole life is this family, Jerry, and it does not work without him.
On the neck, and right now, as we look at it from another angle, all eyes here at Sun Devil Stadium.
Jerry, look, I'm
Focused
so
on Rod
sorry.
Tidwell, hoping he
Everything
gets
that
up.
I said about
The only
your
thing that
job,
matters right now
just do whatever you can to get Rod to me, please. Just do whatever you can.
Just don't pay a player enough.
Please, Jerry.
I'll tell you, at a time like this, you just hope that his family is not watching this.
Full on sports cry.
Yep, me too.
Yeah, full on.
Well, and the little boy was watching. That was freaking me out. That made me
I mean, like this one was like.
So let's answer the question that you posed on Facebook.
What?
How many times did you cry in this movie?
Nope. We will get to that as we go. That's number one.
That's number
That's
one.
number one?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
It makes me tear up just listening to it.
I teared up way before this. A couple of times. Not full on. I never full on cried, but just like.
I thought I would. You would have thought I would have cried during the backyard scene where there's going to be a nice long break or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, didn't get me.
No.
And it wasn't like I was trying. This is number one.
Okay.
And then here's what happens from here on. They show Barry Switzer. He's fucking angry at some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets up. He celebrates. Lollygags around the field for quite some time.
Right.
Just taken up
shenanigans.
all the time. Shenanigans. It's been like 7 unsportsmanlike conduct. It would have been a touchdown for the other
That's all
team.
I think about. I was like, are they
Yeah.
allowed to do this?
No, they're not.
Even back then.
Even back then, yeah. In fact,
when did they make that rule?
well, so showboating actually became a penalty back
I think that's bullshit.
in like the 80s. Well, you were sort of right in what you were saying as far as like
Didn't they used to get like 6 guys and have a skit in the end zone?
well, they still okay. So back up. So celebrations or whatever became, a penalty back in the 80s. There's actually this guy from the Cowboys named Butch Johnson, and when he would score, he would do like the 6-shooter thing and all of that. So they made it a penalty, and it kind of became then a contest to see who could just get the most the penalty but like do it in style, like asking a girl to the prom this day and age. They've loosened up on it now because
the penalty is not in the game. It's a money penalty.
No. The penalty's in the game.
Oh, really?
It happens on the kickoff. Essentially, it sets your kicker back 5 to 10 yards or whatever. But it really doesn't matter anymore. But this day and age, they don't. It within reason. Unless you're delaying the game from going on, that it's not a penalty anymore because it is exciting for fans. Fans like it. So yeah, they can do the thing where they all kind of like get in a huddle and like do a dance or something as long as it's kind of fast. But there's some good ones. I mean, this Chad Johnson one time.
Why does that have anything to like?
'Cause
Can't
they're
everyone
trying to-
go set up and do stuff while the guys that just scored who are now going to be sitting on the sidelines in 2 minutes? Like they can be running around while everyone's setting up for the other.
You don't have to argue that with me.
Oh, okay.
But like there were dudes like Chad Johnson once caught a touchdown and fucking had a Sharpie in his sock, pulled it out, signed the football, and threw it out into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And then another dude made a touchdown and had hidden a fucking Sharpie in the goalpost before the game and like went over there, got it out, signed the ball, and threw that shit out or whatever. So, man, there's some really, really good ones.
Yeah, that should be part of it. It's an entertainment business. It's fucking sports business.
Totally agree. Well, so Glenn Fry, show me the money. All the photographers with the camera in Tidwell's face as he's talking to his wife. This essentially is Yo Adrian, I Did It 2.
Right.
Sports Cry number 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right here so far. So there we go.
Yeah, definitely. It got me on that scene too.
But tonight, our little project, our company, had a very big night. A very, very big night. But it wasn't complete. It wasn't nearly close to being in the same vicinity as complete. Because I couldn't share it with you. I couldn't hear your voice or laugh about it with you. I miss my wife. We live in a cynical world. A cynical world. And we work in a business of tough competitors. I love you. You complete me. And I just had...
Shut up. Just shut up. You had me at hello.
You had me at hello. Again, I mean, so is that the most...
Did you cry?
Is that... Yes.
Okay.
So that's number 3.
3.
Is that... You had me at hello or show me the money have to be in contention for the biggest lines from this movie, right?
I don't know. You Complete Me is a big one, too.
You Complete Me.
I mean, that one carried on to Austin Powers.
Yeah, you're right. Very good.
So my brother wanted to make sure that I mentioned how dumb You Complete Me scene was.
Oh, okay,
I completely
good.
disagree with him, by the way.
Right.
And so I'm like, why the hell? What was dumb about it? And I knew it was going to be something stupid as a reason, but he said this sends a signal to women that they can't be complete without a man. And so I asked him if his vagina told him that, and if so, how did he understand the vagina with that tampon crammed up it? That's such bullshit. Like, come on. I'm like, dude,
how does it send to
Yeah,
women?
the man's the one that's
man
not
is the one that
complete.
said it.
Right.
The man said it in both instances in this
I know,
movie.
and that tripped him up a little bit. But he goes, but well, what I'm saying is it signals that someone can't be complete without someone else. And I'm like, what's wrong with the little romance there, bro?
Yeah, but he just said too many words. He babbled too much.
Who, my brother?
No, not your brother. I don't mean
Oh,
maybe.
Tom Cruise. Yeah.
You love your brother?
I do love my brother.
Yeah, you guys are talking again?
We're talking again.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
He came down for 4th of July, and it was
Yeah.
fine. I told you it would be fine. It was fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, closing scene, he goes on the sports show that he said, they make everybody cry. And he's like, you're not going to make me cry. You're not going to make me cry. And in a bit of sports talk show television that would literally never happen.
Never happened.
They give him his fucking huge contract on the show, and 4th cry for me. So this actually got really interesting because I posted that,
right,
and less than 10 minutes later, Wendy Croft fucking put on there and she goes, I don't have no idea. I just have to guess 4 and fucking nailed it. And I didn't know whether to just be like, God damn it, and like take the thing down or just leave it and like give her some props.
First answer.
First answer, she nailed it.
So let me
4
ask you a
times.
question. Did you stop crying from cry to cry, or
Yes.
was it just one big cry?
Just one continuous sob through the whole
Stop it.
movie.
Each one was,
That's what
and I even
that
said,
was my guess.
I
by the
said
way.
to Casey as I was done, I said, that was 4 distinct cries.
Okay.
And she was laying back on the couch and I was sitting up.
So she couldn't
she
prove
couldn't
it.
really tell.
No, I could see it.
I'm honest about that. What the fuck? Don't fucking don't goddamn try to poke a hole in my cry thing.
I'm not. I'm just telling you.
No, not you.
She's talking
Oh,
to me.
I'm like,
Talking
I
to-
have eyes. You have sight of your eyes. I can see what's going on.
Side of ice, we're
They're
watching you. They see your every move.
So I'm going to go see them next week.
Oh, you're going to be stoked, by the way. Apparently, that show's amazing. Linus just went a couple of months ago. So.
With Tears for Fears.
Oh, nice.
That's why you're going.
I like Tears for Fears. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a theme song for this yet, but I am excited as hell to do this feature as we close out this podcast. And that is Will's Weird Trivia.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So you may not know this, but Kelly Preston is Hawaiian.
What?
Oh.
She is from Hawaii.
Oh.
Interesting.
I did
And
not
her
know that.
very first credited role was in Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
She's not like Polynesian though, or anything. She's just white from Hawaii.
She's a white girl from Hawaii.
Got it.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is not from Cuba,
and he's not white.
He's from New York,
right?
And
he's also not a junior. A lot of people don't know that.
He got his haircut in Coming to America.
Oh, that's right. God damn it! I should have fucking mentioned that.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
You can still do it.
When Tom Cruise was younger, he wanted to become a priest, and he actually attended a Franciscan seminary school when he was 14.
Wow.
There weren't enough aliens, though.
Now he's a Scientologist, and he's sort of a priest there. So he did it, man.
Yeah.
He sort of did it.
Sort of did it with aliens.
Right. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we can talk about that either. I don't know.
I think we can talk about whatever the fuck. I have definitely done Scientology humor before, so I mean, I don't know. Fuck.
If there are any Scientologists listening, drop us a line.
Yeah, and let us know.
Well, apparently, according to the current L. Ron Hubbard person that took over for L. Ron Hubbard, his dad, who was in it, says that there are a lot less. It's way dropped in membership, and they're hurting really bad.
I've never met anybody that's part of the Church of Scientology.
I think it's like 20,000 or something. It's like super low membership now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, pretty much most religion is having some trouble right now.
Yeah, that's
true. I mean, how do you recruit? I mean,
Not
it's like
20,000.
The Pope literally just said, like today, I think, or I just saw the thing, like he literally said, like being an atheist is better than being a bad Christian. Like said those words out loud. Like
being a good atheist is better than being a bad Christian.
Being an atheist is better than being a bad Christian.
Yeah,
I was listening to a podcast today, and Dennis Prager said that.
Maybe got it from the Pope.
Yeah,
it is pretty. I mean, it's it's weird. It's like my dad's church is this. It's full on like just like Little House on the Prairie. I mean, it's weird how oddly similar it is to that, and there's no way to recruit anymore. So like you just have these families, and the families sort of like come into the church, and then the younger generation moves out. So you always have less and less young people. So
they age out and die out.
That's just it. So his church is literally, no joking, all old people. And then, you have like a few here and there that aren't, but he doesn't have the money to operate, putting in a fucking skating rink and shit like churches.
Yeah, it's a fucking business now, which is crazy.
There's a lot.
That's the reason he got out of it in the first place.
There's a lot of big churches in the Dallas.
There's definitely a lot of big. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that there's not a lot of money in religion and a lot of big churches and all that. I'm just saying that I think religion as a whole is I think recruiting is a little bit more difficult.
There's less mom and pop churches and more Walmart style churches, maybe.
Yeah, you just sort of feel swallowed in those kind of situations. But yeah, I don't know. To each his own. Everybody celebrate whatever you like in whatever way you like. Hey, I want to, before we continue on with our mailbag, I want to thank some people for sharing our Facebook posts. Wendy Croft, Shanna Durkee, who is my mother.
Mom.
That's my mother-in-law. Troy Colpin from Australia, Mike. Big Chris Whitehead, Simon Glanfield, Sean Umbeck, Tim Toole, my neighbor. Oh my God! Guys, it just so happens that I have Tim Toole, my neighbor, on the fucking Skype line. Everybody give it up for Tim. What's up?
Hey, Tim.
How are you, man?
Yo.
Did you have a chance to see Jerry Maguire and to talk about it a little bit?
It was an amazing movie, but I've never seen it before. I watched it this week.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. We do really, really miss you. You were such a huge part of the podcast. And
this is the podcast.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. This is it.
This is totally. So you feel like you feel like you'll move back ever, or
no?
I mean, are you guys planning to come visit, or
no?
Ever?
No.
Like literally ever?
No.
Your parents live here.
Probably not.
Well, he waffled a little bit.
They really, really do live here.
That's a very bad rule.
Okay. All right. We're going to get rid of Tim here. And
I'm fucking drinking.
I'm certain that you probably are.
That's my favorite.
Okay.
Well, that's second favorite.
All right. Tim Toole. What'd you think about Kelly Preston?
Hey, she's hot.
Okay, good. It's
you know what I thought about this movie? I almost thought it was like a remake of Night at the Roxbury.
It's a different perspective.
Yeah, he's got a good take on
sincerely. What did you think about Tom Cruise?
No, but he plays gay parts, and he's the guy to go to.
Oh man. Well, dude, it's good to talk to you, man. I hope you have a great night. And other people who also shared: Stephen Dobbs, Nigel Watson, Fiona Freeman, the head of the Bowling for Soup fan page. Chris Odell, John Gickler. He is in some way related to that Kelly Pickler. Actually, I believe they're cousins. Mark Ryan, Person Carr.
One letter removed.
Ange, is that Ange? Hold on, that one's tough for me. I don't have my glasses
Angie
on.
Thorin.
Angie Thorin, Chris Pulse, Ashley C, Jake Bradford, Maybe Mo. She's a vegetarian. Maybe Mo. And Barry Ferguson and Rodon James. Man, it's everybody's favorite part of the show. And everybody's favorite part of the show theme song.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaredgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Angie Thorin writes, "Hi guys, love the show, and as a fan I recently went to the store page and was hoping to get the t-shirt with the 4 of you on it. I, of course, couldn't find it. When will it be available, or can I special order?"
Have we not put that out yet?
No, we haven't done any more merch. We need to do some more merch.
Okay, that is actually on our agenda to discuss.
Okay.
Like right away. We're gonna
throw that on Slack.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a different way of doing it to where we can print to order, so that shouldn't be a problem. And also, if you're in the UK and are interested in our merch, will you let us know? Because I don't really know whether we're to the point where we need a separate store in the United Kingdom yet. Bowling for Soup and Jarinus and all my other shit have Eric Chandler's solo band. Everybody, we all have a separate store in the United Kingdom. It would be good to know before we go through the trouble of setting it up whether you guys actually, want anything.
I felt like a kid watching this for the first time.
Okay, shut up, Tim.
All right, Joe Telesk writes, Telesk, I don't know. "Hey guys and gals, everyone online knows me by Average Joe, and I am a huge podcast fan and listen daily at work, mostly about gaming, but your podcast is the most amusing and fun podcast I have ever listened to. I can't get enough. I've listened to every episode and can't wait for more. I really got nothing else besides Rich is a dick, and I love him for it. Casey is fantastic and reminds me of my wife, and she holds her own against you guys. Will, still trying to figure him out.
Me too.
Maybe he's pussy whipped or something. I don't know. But he's great. And Jaret, you're fucking famous. Keep it up, you guys. I look forward to everything you do. Yep, that's it. I'm done. I'll let myself out now."
Oh, man. I like that guy. Good. Y'all keep the emails coming. You obviously can write us at jaredgoesthemovies@gmail.com or Facebook message us. Just get on our Facebook page. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people on there with common interests, and not everybody thinks Rich is a dick.
Yeah.
Find us on the web at jaredgoesthemovies.com. We're at Jaret Movies on Twitter and Instagram. Suggest and vote for future movies on Reddit at Jaret Goes to the Movies. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, and everything by searching for Jaret Goes to the Movies. I'm on all the socials at JARET2113. I actually even did a Snapchat thing the other day for the first time in a long time. So, and it is not my penis. Find Rich on all the socials using Rich Coleman TX. Casey by using Casey Yant. And Will with 1L, Will Vark. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a blast. It's great to have the team back together. Rich, love you. Casey, you know I love you. Will, you know I love you.
Yay.
Also, could you not do your lawn at the hottest part of the fucking day and make me feel guilty all the time, please?
It was really hot, but I jumped in the pool right after.
God damn it. It looked so bad, and I was like, I don't know where I was on my way to, but it was not that hot, and I felt bad. Everybody else, thanks for listening. We'll see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.
But most of all, we'll see you down the road.